It's not just one person press conference. This is the workers press conference. They should see the world. The world got to see y'all. I don't know why this is, but hey, that's cool.
Where's D?
Where?
Not everybody.
Oh, there he is. There he is. He's coming this way.
Give it up for these workers. Make some noise for yourselves. You know, y'all won. Y'all won. Y'all should be excited. ALU! ALU! ALU!
ALU!
That being said, you know, I guess I should get started. Well, I want to say thank you all for showing up here today. This is very important. It's been a whirlwind the last 7 days. Wow, we still haven't even fathomed the moment of being victorious against a $1 trillion company. So, yeah, clap it up for them. They did it, you know. We all did it, you know, we all sacrificed and, you know, they had the vote. So you're looking at some core members of the ALU. You know, this is what the world represents. You look at us, you see every demographic. You see somebody in you, somebody related, somebody that you know, somebody from your community. We all right here. And that's what the ALU represents. People from different backgrounds, different culture, different ethnicity, coming together to form something to protect one another, protect their co-workers, protect ourselves from possibly losing your life, being injured, not making enough money, not being able to pay bills, buy basic stuff, food, transportation, housing. Throughout the course of our campaign, the Amazon Labor Union, we did these things for our coworkers. And people ask, you know, they ask me, how did we do this, right? How did workers with no budget, no resources, no establishment, how did we beat this $1 trillion machine? And I'm gonna tell y'all that briefly. I'm gonna tell y'all how we got started. 11 months ago, we set up at that bus stop before the barbed wire fence existed, before the scaffold existed. We was actually on this side of the grass, and we set up a tent, 2 tables, 4 chairs. I think we had a cooler because it was like hot, you know, it was hot out there. We had a cooler, we filled it up with water, handing out to workers, of course, and we started signing people up for the Amazon Labor Union. And when we learned that it doesn't take numbers, it doesn't take millions, it doesn't take metrics to calculate a victory. What it took was love, care, respect, and several conversations of reaching our workers, our co-workers, educating them on what a union provides, because obviously unions have been diminishing since the 1960s, less than 10% of the country. So to be in a union is like, it's a rare club. That's an exclusive club. You know, so we now into that club now. We are now unionized. That's a beautiful thing to say, that you're in an exclusive club, right? They say when you make the NBA, it was like 400 something players, 450 players. So that's how we feel. When we won, we felt like we won the NBA finals, and that's how it should feel. You know, that scene when he saw me popping the champagne, that's how it should be for these workers. They should have a celebratory moment because they put in the work. They sacrificed their times, they sacrificed their health, their well-being, their mental health. I know I did. You know, we had ups and downs, we had setbacks, but we stayed resilient, we stayed grounded. And people wrote us off, they wrote us off. Even some here in this crowd. And I know you ain't gonna admit it, but y'all wasn't here in the beginning, and I understand, you know, hard feelings, because we understand who the hell would have thought that we was gonna beat Amazon, right? And I even learned, even in speaking to some media, they told me straight up. They said there was no article written the day before saying that we was gonna win. None, zero. Meaning, you know how I don't know how media works, but I know a little bit. I know y'all prepare in advance. Y'all have something pre-written, but I can tell y'all, I guarantee none of y'all had that we was gonna win, and that's okay. But I was just happy the morning of when I walked in that NLRB, and I saw 4 boxes left, and I see that we was up 300, and it was just separating in our favor. I knew that y'all had to scramble to rewrite them articles and say that the ALU won. So once again, give it up for these workers for winning. And that's real. And it's amazing to say that, you know, in New York, a union town, with all the progressives, elected officials that we have that speak about workers and solidarity, that they couldn't even show up to Staten Island not one time.
They're full of shit, that's why.
Well, I won't say it, but the workers can say what they want. And you know what? And I have to say it because I have to clear the air on a lot of things. You know, I'm being dragged into this whole AOC thing. Let me tell y'all something. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's just her, because it's not. And there's no ill will. We invited her. She didn't show up. She wasn't the only one. She wasn't the only one that canceled on us. It's 2 others. Mondaire Jones canceled on us. And Jamal Bowen didn't show up either.
There you go.
So it's not just her. And everybody wants to make it like it is her, but it's not. It's everybody. All of them didn't show up. And it didn't matter to me. I told them, I said, they're not going to win this election. It's going to be us on the ground. So don't worry about them showing up or not showing up. Whether they show up or not, we going to do what we got to do on our end. And that's all we care about. We don't care who shows up or not. We done did rallies when we done had 8 people show up. And my team be like, Chris, I don't think we should do it. I'm like, guess what? We doing it. Because it doesn't matter. It's about the workers inside, and it's about us showing these workers more than talking about it. We have to be about it. And when they seen us out here at the bus stop, snow, rain, shine, sleet, tornadoes, hurricanes, what else we got? Bomb cycles. We done lost 9 tents. Man, y'all barely scratched the surface. By social media does not tell what we've been through. I'll tell y'all that right now. Don't follow my tweets and think that's what happened. I'm gonna tell y'all, we done been through some and these workers that get off this bus, they seen that. They seen that, and that's the type of bond that we built. We had bonfires. Shouldn't have had them, but we did it anyway. We got away with bonfires for several months, and that was the most beautiful time throughout our campaign. You know why? The fire that was lighting, just a little torch, that was like a glimmer of hope every single night, and it gravitated workers to us. We would sit around that fire, light up s'mores, probably poison ourselves with door flame, but you know what? We had to stay warm. But that moment, every day when I set up that bonfire and I set up that tent, I said, this is working. We'd be out here 2, 3 in the morning, and we'll have a group of workers surrounding that bonfire, telling their stories. And it's not just about what's going on in there. They're telling their experiences at home. We're praying, we're holding hands, we're singing, we're playing guitar. It's so many stories I can tell. And that right there was just sentimental for me. It said, you know, it doesn't matter how much money they spent, because they don't add a human aspect to it. And that's how we beat them. We added a human aspect to our campaign. We related to them. We loved one another. We cared for one another. We took care of one another. And there's no amount of money that can add up to that. No amount of money. So while Jeff Bezos was up in space, y'all heard me say this already, we was down here organizing the union.
There you go.
Right on time, right on time. And this is just the beginning. Right? Since we won, I love you too, y'all. Love you. Since we won, we've been contacted by over 100 buildings nationwide. Clap it up. That's the revolution. Y'all witnessing. Y'all witnessing the revolution. I'm gonna repeat that. Since we won, we've been contacted by workers in buildings, over 100 buildings nationwide, and even overseas. And we got our hands full. But I can tell you that the people behind me, they ready. They're not gonna quit. They're gonna take on the challenge. I'm gonna take on the challenge. You already know I am. I'm so excited to even fight for a contract. Because even though we know it's gonna be an uphill battle, just the fact that we given the opportunity to do that, it's already historical. So once again, you know, it's not about myself. I always said this in the beginning. It's not about Chris Smalls versus Amazon. It's Amazon versus the people. And the people has spoken. The people want a union. So clap it up again for these workers. I'm going to bring up, once again, I'm going to bring up my brother that's been with me from day one, the vice president of external membership, Derek Palmer. This brother, he traveled to me yesterday. We went down to D.C. We took over D.C. We went around the hill, and we was telling these politicians, like, we need to do something. Resources, money, whatever type of support y'all need to do, something on pen and paper, passing the PRO Act, something. That's what we went down there for. We met up with Sarah Nelson. Shout out to Sarah Nelson. She will be coming to Staten Island. I'm putting her on Front Street too. But she already confirmed. Sean O'Brien from the Teamsters, the president. I met him for the first time. Great guy. We had a great conversation. He's going to be throwing resources at at them at least, because he wants to fight with us. And we're not affiliating. Get that out the way now. We are still independent. I know there's a lot of, when I shook his hand, the pictures on Twitter and all of that. I want people to know we are independent. We're going to remain independent. The established unions, that's right. We won this the way we did it, and we're not going to give that up, no way. And I think they know that. They have to go through us, and it should be that way. So they're going to support us. The Teamsters are going to support us. The big unions are going to support us, and that's all we're asking for. Resources, office space, money, whatever it takes. Manpower, strike funds, whatever it takes, lawyers, negotiators, we got it now. The cavalry has come, and it's still coming. So Amazon, be prepared, because we're coming. I know y'all heard Biden said that, but he should have said the ALU is coming for Amazon. That's what he should have said. Because we are. And without further ado, I'm going to bring up my brother Derek Palmer, y'all.
Thank you all for coming. Before I start, I just want to let you guys know, I was another guy who didn't really know about unions. My mom wasn't in a union. I don't have a union background. So when I came to Amazon in 2015, I was jumping around from temp job to temp job, trying to figure out my life, And then when I came to Amazon, I thought that, it's a powerful company. They're going to look out for me. And I was wrong. I was wrong from the beginning. So, my path from 2015 to now, like, I can't even look at that person in 2015 because the amount of growth is unbelievable. So I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of my team as well. I gave this company 6 years of my life. 6 years. I exceeded expectations on numerous occasions. they actually flew me to Chicago to train workers, to train other workers, still making the same amount of money. So, you know, I don't want people to think that, you know, I'm like trying to go against Amazon. No, I initially wanted this company to do something for me. I thought that I could make something, you know, make something out of nothing. And I was wrong. But I tell you what, after those times I got rejected a million times to get promoted, and then fast forward to the pandemic where they fired Chris, they gave me a final, they fired Gerald Bryson. There was a new man that was birthed that day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's been an amazing journey. You know, like Chris said, you know, just starting off, you know, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just trying it out. And a lot of people were telling us, no, you guys can't unionize Amazon. What, you crazy? But did we let that get to us? No, we didn't. We were out here in the rain, out here, sometimes even the snow. We lost 9 tenths. I think it was more than that. I think it was like 12. But we lost a lot of fucking tenths. All right?
Definitely did.
We put a lot of work into this. So people are looking at us like an overnight success. But no, this took 11 months. This took a lot of hard work. This took a lot of dedication. This took a lot of willpower. These people back here behind me have put in so much work. And they deserve all the recognition as well as I do.
That's right.
So after we won this building, like that was one of the happiest moments of my life. Like for real.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
People were crying. People were jumping for joy. We had champagne. Like it literally felt like the finals. It felt like the Super Bowl. It felt like whatever. Like it felt like just a championship game. It felt like we overcame everything that we wanted to overcome. And it's just a spectacular moment. And now we have a new agenda. This building behind us, LDJ5.
That's right.
LDJ5, we coming.
That's right.
We got 2 weeks to this election, and we're going to whoop Amazon's ass. I'm telling you right now. That's what we're going to do.
That's right.
We're gonna inspire these workers, and we're gonna make sure that they know what unions did. These unions built this country, and we need to make sure that they know that. We're tired of Amazon and this boat no crap. We're tired of these text messages, these emails, all this bullshit that they pushing. We're not gonna stand for it no more, and we're gonna win this building. We're gonna go 2-0.
That's right.
You hear me? And like Chris mentioned, we have over 100 buildings that are inspired now. These workers never even thought about joining the union. They thought we were crazy for doing this shit. And now look, they're contacting us through Twitter, through Instagram, email, Facebook, everything. We woke up the world and we shook up the union movement.
That's right.
We shook up the labor movement, and that needs to be, this is historical. This is history in the making. So we can't let this is not just an opportunity. This is not just a moment. This is history right now. Right now. So we got to make sure that we bust our ass and we make sure that we get a union for LDJ5.
That's right.
All right? Yeah, so like I said, we're going to whip Amazon's ass and we're going to win this. We're going to win, okay? I promise you. We're going to talk to these workers. We're going to throw barbecues. We're going to set up a table outside. Whatever the hell we got to do, we're going to do it to get this shit done.
That's right.
All right? Because we inspired the world, and there's no reason for us to stop now. We're not going to just chill. We're going to put our foot on the fucking gas, and we're going to turn this shit up.
That's right.
All right?
That's what we do.
So we're going to need support from the community. We're going to need Staten Island to come out. I know everybody want to ride the wave now, but make sure y'all out here for the entire campaign. Don't just show up today. Keep coming. I said this last rally. We need everyone to come, politicians as well. People who support the union movement, they need to be here. All right? So with that being said, solidarity. Thank you guys for coming out. And we're going to whoop Amazon's ass. This is Black Power, Worker Power. This is it right here. The youth is in charge now. The youth made a statement, and we have to uphold it. We have to come through.
That's right.
All right? And thank you guys. Thank you.
Y'all see why he the VP, right? Yo, you know what? It was like, when we won, it was like one of my favorite childhood. Y'all seen the movie The Little Giants? That's how I felt. We was like the underdogs, and everybody want the underdogs to win. And you know, once again, we trying to be 2 for 2. I'm a sore loser, so I ain't trying to lose, and they know we gonna do whatever it takes. And you know, starting right now, we already started campaigning in the building, but we got a lot of work to do, and you know, very little time. So just continue to support us. The next person I'm gonna bring up, she joined about a little late, right? A little late in the game, but when she did, she came in with a fire because she ain't stopped. Like, she came every single day, and she took away time from her daughter, her husband, to come make sure that we won. And I owe her all the respect in the world. Michelle, come on up with the hot girls. Vote yes.
Hey, I want to say thank you to Derek for getting me involved originally. So I'm not a good speaker like everyone else, so I had to write my speech.
All good.
So a letter to my co-workers. I want to say thank you to my co-workers who believe we deserve better. I want to say thank you to my co-workers for believing in us. I want to say thank you to my co-workers for being brave and facing the unknown, different, but better future of Amazon.
That's right.
Amazon warehouse workers are hardworking, unique, and diverse people, from the youngest worker to the oldest. We made Amazon the billion-dollar company that it is today. We deserve a living wage. We demand job security. We need paid sick leave. Together, we will change Amazon forever. And I am proud to be part of the ALU. And thank you.
Thank you.
Clean, simple.
Yeah, she I can't tell you what she done. She really dedicated herself from the moment Dee brought her in. And we threw her right into the fire. We like, Michelle, we need you to come to the break room and help us sign workers up, and she didn't even hesitate. She showed up every day from that moment and helped us, especially with the Hispanic population, reaching out to people, texting people, talking to women. We need more women involved. She definitely was a front runner in that, and I owe you so much love and respect going forward, and we really appreciate you, Michelle, honestly. Don't worry, the speaking, you're gonna get a lot of practice. I saw you in the New York Times. The next speaker, damn, my bro, look, he wearing that PA vest. Come here, man. Come here, Pat.
Come on, Pat.
Yo, so Pat is I'm gonna let him tell it better than I can, but he's a PA like I was, and that really basically bonded us together even close, because we have a PA supervisor type of mentality. So when we look at people, we don't forget faces, we don't forget names. You know, we really good with our people, and I like him because he's a people's person. When they mention Pat in the building, everybody from days to nights, back half, front half, donut shift, don't matter. They know this man because he represents the workers on entry level. And that's what you're supposed to do as a supervisor. You got PAs in there kissing ass to become a manager so they can shit on people at the bottom just so they own personal career. And that's what I couldn't stand with. That's probably why I applied 50 times and only got interviewed twice in 5 years, because they knew promoting me as a salary manager that I was going to side with the workers on entry level. And Pat said, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm gonna work on the union since y'all going to fuck me over. So he joined this campaign and flipped everybody. And he probably the reason why we won. Be honest with you, this man right here. So give it up for Pat.
We need the fire.
All right, why I got involved in the first place? Very simple. I'm gonna make it short, sweet, and simple. So, where's Casio? My man over here. And my man Brett. So one day, I'm trying to have a conversation with both of them. First with Casio, and then with Brett. They ran away from me. They couldn't answer me. So I'm like, all right, how am I going to handle with these kids? All right, so let's go on. Then I find out that these guys got locked up. That piece of shit over there had these guys locked up for bringing food to the workers.
Right.
Okay?
I heard it. Y'all heard it.
So I look at the video. I see him in cuffs. I see this guy over here. Where was the other one?
Brett.
Brett. What the hell's going on here? Why is this happening? So I come from a union background already. I was an international longshoreman. You know, it's a big union. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it. So they're right behind us. And I had to leave that union for personal reasons. Well, anyway, make a long story short, I says, what happened? Casio then told me, this is what happened. This is why they arrested him. And this is why Chris was on property. I'm like, all right. Following that, now I'm talking to people. I'm flipping no's to yes. I'm going. Next thing I know, I'm under investigation from Amazon. I got pulled in the office by LP and Human Resources. I told you about this, right?
Yeah.
For allegedly cutting the wire, one of these wires, on a computer. I got suspended for 1 day. So now they realize they messed up because the senior operation guy says, what'd you do? That's the one guy you don't want to piss off. As I was walking out of there, I said, it's on. In 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
I must flipped about 400 to 500 no's to a yes.
That's a fact.
Okay?
That's a fact.
They pissed off the wrong person. What these kids did, they started from nothing, with zero. And now I see everybody's gathering around. The momentum is going. But put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself, I wasn't there because I wasn't there from the beginning. And like I said, there was reasons why I wasn't. I was trying to get answers. I couldn't get answers, but it's okay. We overcame that. And we beat a monster company. Now, union buses were going around. I had this lady, you know, the famous, I don't know if I could say
We
her
can
name.
expose her. She a union buster.
Well, her name was Emma.
That's right.
She comes over
19,000
to
a
me
week.
one day. By the way, did you buy that Lamborghini yet?
Nah, I'm waiting for it.
right.
I'm a Ferrari guy.
You know Chris is going to buy a Lamborghini? Like, wow.
I'm sorry.
He's got that much money.
Yeah.
All right. God bless him. She goes to the next associate. Now, remember, these are all people that I know. These are all people that trust me. Because when I'm in the building, I'm there for the people. I'm not there for Amazon.
That's right.
I'm not there for the senior operation. And the senior operations, they're friends of mine. They know. Me and him, me and another one, we used to work together on the docks. So they know how I feel about the people. So they come. You know what Emma told me? What? Chris Mo's buying a Lamborghini. Okay. This is number two. Emma told me, I says, Emma, let me ask you a question. I went up to Emma one day. I went up with the paper that they gave me. I says, Emma, you make this much money? You tell me, you're crying poverty to everybody else. You're making a lot of money. Can I borrow some money off of you? So she's like, what are you talking about? I says, well, we looked at your, what was it, her W-2s, I think it was, right?
LM10. LM10.
Her LM10. It says, she ran away from me. I didn't see her for 2 weeks in the building. She ran away from me. So to make a long story short, listen, guys, we got to keep the momentum. This is, forget about the Major League. This is like the World Cup. Right? This is the World Cup. This is worldwide. Next building's this one.
That's right.
Okay? I'm already working on this one. Trust me on this one. All right? We're going to flip a lot of people. Give it up for these guys. They deserve all the credit. My little part that I made in it, that was just an overcoming. All right? So once again, thank you everybody for being here. Chris, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys,
Thank you, Pat.
thank you all.
Thank you, Pat.
Uncle Pat.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a nickname to you. Everybody gets one. What's my nickname?
Big press.
Big Press? All right, I'll take that. Listen, you said what?
You stole mine.
Big Trez, Big Prez. We, you know.
Team effort.
All right, team cancer. How about that? This next worker, my man Bremer. Come on up here, Bremer. I'm so. Every time I look at Bremer, I get happy. Because Bremer always smiling. And you know, once again, when Bremer joined, he brought a different demographic. He said we gotta reach the immigrants, and I said, oh shit, we do. So he made sure he kept bringing that up in every meeting. He called in the middle of the night, early morning, don't matter, middle of the day. Bremer is talking about reaching these immigrants and the Africans in the building, and I was like, wow, that's something they don't care about because they are neglected. Trust me. And that right there, when I started calling them and phone banking, and they said, yeah, me and all three of my brothers work there, we all voting yes. I said, that was Bremer who did that. So thank you, Bremer, for doing what you did. And without further ado.
Come on, Bremer!
Thank you very much for coming. I think it's a very historic moment for all of us. Well, first and foremost, I would love to really thank all those people who started this movement. Started from Chris, Palmer, and others. I mean, this was a very great movement. And of course, it's a kind of a risk they took. It was not easy, as what you know, we can understand from the explanation of Chris. 11 months struggling to get something noble, something great. It's not something for yourself, it's larger than yourself. I think it's a great movement. And look at the whole situation in the building, you know, coming from an immigrant background. I mean, I listen to a lot of my brothers and sisters. I mean, the same complaint. The job is hard. The wage is very low. Come on, what about rent? How can we afford rent? How can we, you know, take care of our families with this type of low wage? Now, I told myself, look, guys, we need to be involved. We need to be involved because, you know, Rome was not built in one day. All right?
That's right.
So we need to be involved and come up with something for a better future. So this is how, you know, I was engaged with all the immigrants that I know. People who speak French, people who speak Arabic, people who speak African languages. You know, I got in touch with a lot of them, and they say, yeah, you know, we are ready. Because look, this is too much, all right? So thank God everybody answered to our cause, because this was a noble cause. You know, it's larger than all of us, all right? So once again, you know, we think that we need support from the communities, from everybody to move on. And we need this organization to be independent, you know, for the workers, so that things can improve in this building. And so that Amazon can understand that we are not the problems.
That's right.
We are the solution.
That's right.
Right? We're the solution.
Right, Bremer!
We have a lot of proposals to improve this company. And Jeff Bezos needs to really thank us because we come with a good plan for him so that he can really think about the workers, because without the workers, there'll be no Amazon.
That's right.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, all the profits the company made, man, we don't see anything. There's no increase in terms of wages, and this is bad. We need to think about the people first, not the profit, okay? Because who make the profit to come? The people.
That's right.
So you need to take care of your workers, and I think it's great when you think about really a successful company in terms of productivity. I think the human aspect is very important. I mean, let's talk about Japan. I did some research on Japanese company. They think about the workers first, and then they know that the workers will bring the profits. So that is the same system we need to think about. So I just hope that the media already portray this in a very positive way, that we are coming up with a system that will benefit the masses of workers. And I thank all the immigrants that really responded. And also what we're thinking about in 2 weeks' time, we hope this building will really answer our calls, because we know that all the workers in this building are also in support of what we are doing. So we already won. So I think this will be a boost for them, and let it come out to vote on the 25th. Is it 25th?
25th.
So that would be a great thing. So once again, thank you, all of you, for coming. God bless you.
And Bremer, how many languages you speak?
About 7 languages.
7 languages, y'all.
7.
And he translated the literature into all of those languages and handed it out to the workers. So he really helped us.
Hats
Thank you,
up,
Bremer.
Bremer.
Thank you. So this next organizer, she wasn't on board at first, like many workers. She was hesitant. She obviously heard about what the ALU was doing, but she goes to a school called CSI, and there's some labor organizers and labor teachers in that school that said, you need to sign up. And they ain't only say sign up, they brought me onto the class. I had to go speak to the class. And you got an A+ on that project, right? She better have. Karen Pons, y'all.
Hello, everybody. Hello, JFK. Your interim secretary, Karen Ponce, speaking. So I'm not going to take all of the credit. ALU has been working very hard over the past 2 years. Like Chris said, they've been traveling the country. They were here speaking up for workers in the pandemic. I've only been here for about 6 months, but these 6 months have been very, very rewarding. I developed skills. I learned how to organize. I'm talking to workers in Spanish and English. But yeah, we kicked Amazon's management and union busters' ass.
That's right.
With 2,654 yes votes, 2,131 no, 67 challenged ballots, and 17 void ballots, we got 57% of the turnout in favor for a union.
That's right.
This may be the NLRB's largest bargaining unit to be certified.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, so we did that. But not just us. We also want to thank the community. Thank you for the ones that helped us phone bank, for the ones that helped us call thousands of workers. All it takes is 3 to 5 minutes, to give them an opportunity to be heard, to answer their questions, to invite them to come visit us in the break rooms, and we've developed friendships after that. There's opportunities here for everybody. There's still time now. Up next, we're gonna have the JFK contract action proposal, the CAP team. So people are gonna be in there continuing to give out surveys, proposals, and feedback from the workers in their department. We're gonna be having the JFK bargaining committee. And we're also looking for shop stewards to defend your coworkers.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's a good thing.
So tomorrow, actually, the ALU will be honored by the New York State Labor Caucus in Albany.
That's right. We're going to Albany, y'all.
That's right. We're going to Albany.
Just yesterday, Chris Smalls and Derek Palmer were in Washington, D.C.
Right. Good. Right.
You already saw President Biden shout us out, like you said, but the ALU is coming.
That's right.
It is ALU time now.
I just want to call over Justine and Tristan to help me out with this real quick.
Oh gosh, okay.
Where's Tristan?
Right here.
The Union train a coming.
All right.
The Union train a coming.
No, rewind from the top. Pull it up, selector. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What's that I see on the common? What's that I see on the common? What's that I see on the common? Get on board. Get on board. Is that the Union train a coming? Union train a coming. Is that the Union train a coming? Get on board. Get on board. It has saved many a thousand. It has saved many a thousand.
It has saved many a thousand. Get on board, get on board. It will carry us to freedom, freedom. It will carry us to freedom. It will carry us to freedom, freedom. Get on board, get on board.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Jeff Bezos, when I say AL, y'all say you. ALU, ALU. When I say AL, you say you. Now hear this one. System I try to bring me down to a lower level. Amazon Corporation is nothing special. Treating workers like slaves, that is the work of the devil. Never again in your life, mediocre not settle. In a Staten Island where house is built like prison. Jeff Bezos and his henchmen will never sit back, listen. Every day they make their money off of the workers' real thing. It's time to come together, expose the propaganda that's in. You better now run, the ALU come. We don't carry knives or guns. What do we really want? A strong union. What do we want? Now, not soon. Billionaires, they gotta go. Billionaires, they gotta go. Billionaires, they gotta go. Amazon should know, this is our street. This is our street. This is our streets, more fire, real heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, fuck 12. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, fuck 12.
That was amazing.
Y'all see what we do, right? We shut shit down all the time. Speaking of that, man, my next comrade, I used to wake his ass up even after working 12-hour shifts. I said, Brett, I need you. And Brett definitely never, ever told me no. If I had to be here at 6 in the morning, I knew I had a ride or die to right with me. And this is my bro for life, Joe's Bros.
Joe's Bros.
Joe's Bros for life. You know what I'm saying? Me and Brett, Brett is from Arizona, and he got a one-way ticket. That's it. You know, he said, Chris, you want me to come? I said, hell yeah, bro. We gotta figure out the rest. Just bring your ass up here. I need your help. And he came with no hesitation. He was sleeping on the couch for a couple weeks, and then finally found some housing over here. And ever since then, I can tell you, Brett is probably the most popular person in that building right now. You see that? You see that purple hair or whatever color he changed it to? They know it's him. And I can't thank him enough, man. You know, Brett, you know I love you, bro. And shit, we got arrested together. That was the best. Cause I at least I know that you've been there and you can tell me what happened. So he got arrested twice. But without further ado, Brett Daniels.
Let's go, Brett!
Oh man, y'all. All right. First off, appreciate y'all for all being here. Thank you. Like Brima said, like many of us have said, people first, not profit. Time and time again, corporations like Amazon continue to put profit over people. And we all knew that that had to change. So, like Chris said, I came here all the way from Arizona. In order to tell you that story, I gotta talk about the walkout. So, on March 30th, 2020, Chris, Derek, Gerald, and Jay, and many others that are here as well, not only led the walkout, but were a part of the walkout as well. That moment not only changed my life, but many other people all around the world. So, as soon as I saw that, just to give you context, I was a recently laid off worker in the service industry. Not seeing any real support from the established unions, I saw a place like Amazon and knew that was exactly the place that I had to be, to SALT, to organize with the intent of unionizing and not giving up hope for the people. So we, not only did I start in May, so the same month that the Congress of Essential Workers co-founded by my comrades was co-founded on May Day, a revolutionary international day for workers. So very important, you know, to note that that was the day that it was co-founded on.
That's right.
And so with that same month, I said, yeah, I gotta get in here. I gotta be a part of this movement. I have to solve for the people. I don't wanna work at a place like Amazon. Not many people do, but it's what we have to do in order to sustain our livelihood. The unfortunate thing is that for many, it's not a place to thrive. It's literally barely even a place to survive. So when I started in May, I was making, with a differential, because I worked nights as well, overnight shift, 5 days a week, working the 8 hours. I was only getting paid $18 an hour. Now coming here to Staten Island, I'm only getting paid $2 more. Now tell me, does it make sense for any worker to pick up their lives and go to a place that's 3 times the cost of living and only getting paid $2 an hour more? It doesn't make sense. The math doesn't add up. So in being a part of that movement, fighting for our essential workers' rights, Chris added me on to be a part of the Congress of Essential Workers. It only made sense being a part of, being an essential worker, that I joined the movement. So like Chris said, we traveled the nation. We went all over. My very first was when we went to Amazon headquarters. We marched on Amazon headquarters and one of Bezos' multi-million-dollar mansions in Medina. So we traveled the nation. We went to Bessemer to go support their movement and their union fight, because we believed that's where the struggle was for the workers, and we had to support this movement. But in that, we saw really, that we knew that this needed to be an independent, worker-led movement. Not only worker-led, but centered on the workers. It only makes sense. Who knows the working conditions better than Amazon workers themselves? So from there, I actually, along with Karen and many others around the nation, were seasonal workers who actually were let go, because what Amazon does routinely is they maximize their profits during peak season and then drop workers like flies, and it's all about profits to them, so I came, being a laid off worker, I went and supported the Fight for 15 movement in Tucson, and it was all about job security. I needed job security at the time. So like Chris said, when the opportunity presented itself, I took a trip, one-way ticket, to come here to fight for this in Staten Island.
You regret it?
What's up?
I say you regret it?
Oh, literally one of the best things I've ever done in my life. To be a part of this movement, it's revolutionary. To get support not only from people all over the world, but hearing from co-workers, not just around the nation, all over the world. Like Chris said, over 100 buildings around the nation, workers are ready to organize, unionize their own locals, and we're ready for them. We're ready to support each other. So not only did we win at JFK 8, in 2 weeks, we're gonna win at LBJ 5, and then we go beyond.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
All power to the people.
All power to the people!
Power to the people!
My boy, thank you, Brett. Chairwoman. Angie. She another one that came, a little late in the campaign, but when she did, she hit the ground 100 miles. Definitely the voice of black women in the building. Definitely the voice of all women in the building. She she took away time from her son, took away time from being home with her family, and she sacrificed, trust me, so much. I can't thank her enough. She brought on the aspect of incorporating the African rights thanks to her neighbor. So that helped us with the African population in the building. She came up with that idea because these are things that Amazon always overlook. It's the immigrants, the Africans, the people, the West Indians, and especially the black people who they fired over 50% of us in 1 year, myself included. So without further ado, the chairwoman of the ALU, Angie.
Hi guys, I'm not a public speaker, but
You read it down. The world is watching. No pressure though.
If you would have told me about 2 years ago when I first started Amazon in 2018 that I would be helping to organize a building full of 8,000 people, I would have told you you're a liar. You know, when I first started in 2018, I would see Chris in the building, and at that time I didn't know who Chris was. I barely even knew his name. And then when I came back in 2021 and found out about the Amazon Labor Union and found out what Chris was doing for all these workers in the building who deserved better, I couldn't believe they fired one of the lights in the building. And when I say that, I mean the people that he was over. He made work in there tolerable. He made work in there, you know, not so bad. And so when I joined in 2021 in October, I dedicated myself. I dedicated myself because I come from a union family. My mom's a part of 1199.
That's right.
And, seeing her work hard and how much her union, you know, benefited her household, I imagined how much it would benefit the households of the workers that worked at Amazon. From pay raises to better time off to vacation to spend more time with their families after dedicating 60 hours during the holidays a week. I said it was only fair. And it was a long journey, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything. Even now, when I get interviews and, you know, we get the accolades that we get, in the back of my head, I say to myself, if it wasn't for the workers, you know, right now it would be no victory. And I also want to thank all the workers who voted yes, and even the ones that are misinformed. We're here to inform you, and this is not a war between us. You know, let's unify.
That's right, man. Go ahead, girl.
Let's unify and let's bargain the contract of our dreams.
That's right. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I like that.
And so, you know, I thought I was fighting a fight from October to April, but this is the real fight now. And if we fight together, we can defeat the beast, and that's what we need to do.
That's right.
And I'm here for it.
Thank you.
Hell yeah!
Chairwoman, thank you. This next worker, he joined us, and I heard he's a silent assassin. He on night shift, Cass, is that right? He on night shift, so that's good that I don't even really know too much about him. I just heard about him. And if I hear that he represents the union, he flipping people, that's all I need to know. So James, please come give your story, brother.
Oh, here you go.
My bad.
Here you go.
What's up, bro? Thank you.
Come on, James.
Oh yeah.
Peace. Thanks for coming out. The reason that I got into the union is because I work night shifts, like you said, and as I'm entering the building, Chris is usually speaking with day shift people leaving the building. I came here right before COVID began, and the first day I got here, I moved from Virginia, so I came up here trying to get more pay, you know, all this, trying to get more pay. I moved from Virginia up here right before COVID. My first day on the job, there was a protest outside. This is November 2019, because the breaks were like 10 minutes and they were firing people for the breaks. So Chris and I, we started seeing each other because we work opposite shifts, but we see each other on this line from the bus stop. After I saw what happened when they fired him for what they fired him for, I said, what's going on? It was a silly reason, and they tried to demonize him and make it something that it totally wasn't. one of the first steps in war is propaganda. When I first started seeing the falsehoods and the misinformation that they're purposely trying to push into these people, I said, these guys are really serious. They fired him. One of the persons who passed away from COVID was on my shift. There was no memorial. They swept it under the rug. I didn't know the guy, but he worked on RT shift. He worked on my shift. No one heard a thing about it. So this movement is continuing and continuing, and I see it building and building. And every single day they have something else to say, which is not true. They arrested him. They used the 120th precinct, notorious 120th precinct, like they're Pinkertons or something. And that's really, really what it is. And the reason that I joined is just really basically to take information, break it down in layman's terms. I wrote a couple of flyers for them, some literature, and we're just all here together. And Chris and I started speaking, and I saw how strong and how dedicated he was when there was nothing more than bonfires. And the managers inside, they were playing it like it was a joke. They were playing it like it was a joke, but every single day they're writing someone off. I just clocked out 6:45 this morning. There was an ambulance outside.
That's right.
There was an ambulance outside. This happens once every 2 weeks, and that's just a shift the days that I work.
Way more.
Yeah, way more. Yeah, I believe it. But I'm here for anything and everything these guys want from me. And the reason being is because, like I said, propaganda is the first step of war. These guys spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to tell us to vote no. They shut down this entire building for every one of us at least 7 times. And I work in a spot called Amnesty. When the floor shuts down, we get cursed out because it's like $200,000 for every 10 minutes that floor is shut down. They shut it down for the entire building and sent us to basically a bunch of lies downstairs.
That's true.
And it's just crazy. Emails, text messages, and everything. And invasive. And it really was like an omnipotent presence. And I believe that they try to force it into people who they feel like they won't have a say-so and fight back. Like the immigrant cause. Or people who are young. They try to exploit the fact that a lot of these workers are young. It's their first job, their second job. They don't know much about unions. But this guy changed all that. So I'm here for anything he needs.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
That's what it's about. Workers organizing themselves. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Big Trash. The treasurer of the ALU. Maddie.
Hi. I'm the treasurer of the union, but more importantly, I'm an LGJ5 worker.
That's right.
We've, as you might have heard, we have our election coming up this month. And we're on deck. So, but I'm going to be honest, they're really, really fighting us. All those union busters that were there to union bust 8,000 workers in JFK 8 have walked across the street and are in our little building of 1,600 people. Might not seem like a little building to y'all, but for Amazon, it's a little building. And, they're really fighting us, and they're playing really dirty. They're spreading racist lies about Chris. Per usual, we heard that at JFK 8. They're spreading sexist lies about me, trying to undermine my authority as a young woman involved with the union. And they are spreading things that are so horrible, I don't even want to repeat it.
No, you should.
No.
You should.
No, I'm not. It's really,
well,
it's
awful. They said that she was responsible for somebody committing suicide. That's fucking ridiculous. And this is $1 trillion company, so I'm gonna say it. Because I don't give a damn. And they need to be exposed. And that's disgusting. And we're not going to stand for that. So, once again...
That's not the only lie. Yeah, but right. It's awful. Anti-union workers have been throwing homophobic slurs at us, and they have told us that they're not going to deal with it for a month, essentially, conveniently after the election. It's a war in there. But what I will say is that this is a call to all of those people who are in the news saying they support us all over social media, the politicians, the celebrities, the labor leaders who are talking about our campaign. Come shake hands with the LDJ5 workers. Come meet the workers
When's your rally?
fighting for the union. Our rally is on the 24th of this month. It's going to start at 3 o'clock. Yeah, we could use your support. So all of y'all that are talking about us, come out here, shake hands with the LDJ5 workers. And you know what? I'm so proud of the LDJ5 team right now because they're really stepping up. And we've got a great team of people, just workers who've decided to take their livelihoods into their hands and fight for this union and stand up against Amazon. And every LDJ5 worker right now who's out there speaking out against the union, despite all of the vote no propaganda, despite all the rumors and the lies that are going on, every LDJ5 worker that is fighting for the union right now is a hero. I swear to God. Every LDJ5 worker who is wearing our Vote Yes lanyards and standing up to Amazon, they're a hero. They're a hero because people get made fun of for wearing them, but we don't give a shit. We don't give a shit because this is what is right. And at the end of the day, history will look down on us and see who was on what side. And we will be able to say that, yeah, I voted yes. And not just I voted yes, but I spoke out. I did the right thing. And, you know, every worker who votes yes for the union, JFK8 and LDJ5, is a hero. Right, can you imagine standing up to one of the richest companies in the world? A hero. So I'm super proud of this team. The LDJ5 crew is really stepping up. But this is a call to all of y'all who say you support us. Come do it. Come actually do it.
Tell them to pull up.
Pull up.
That's right.
Pull up.
And let me tell you, she pulled up from Miami. She ain't even from here. So thank you, Maddie, for changing your life. And I made a phone call. Well, technically, I got put on the phone call to get her up here, and she made that decision. So, do you regret it? Hell no.
Hell no.
This next speaker, he's also the vice president of internal membership. He's been with me since day one, even before the ALU existed. Connor Spence, y'all. Yeah. Another Jersey. Jersey in the house.
Jersey in the house.
Thank you, everyone. I can't tell you how good it feels to be talking to you all as a bona fide union member.
That's right.
Local 1, I don't know if we decided on the name yet, but so far it seems to be Local 1 of the Amazon Labor Union in Staten Island.
That's right. Claim it, claim it.
Claim it!
Yeah.
Having been with the campaign since day one when we started almost a year ago, on April 20th it'll be 1 year. It's crazy to see how it's grown from a group of 5 workers handing out pamphlets at the bus stop to a united front of thousands of workers based on the results of the election, which we won decisively. And it's just amazing to see how many people are willing to stand up now and fight for one another and fight for better working conditions. So voting yes in the election was one of the greatest honors of my life, especially because I know I didn't do it alone. I'm proud of every organizer that worked with me, everybody in my union family here, every worker who stood up and supported us. In the beginning, it's like Maddie says, it can be lonely at times. I know it was lonely in the beginning. Derek knows better than anyone. He was by himself in the beginning, and then, the union grew. It was a union of 1, and then 2, and then 10, and now it's thousands. But you just need to keep fighting. The people who are against the union, they're a loud minority, but everyone here knows that there are things that we need to change. There are things, we need a living wage. We need job security. We can't keep getting fired by a computer. They can't cap out our pay after 3 years as a way of forcing us to leave. We need, our disabled workers need accommodations. But most of all, we need to be able to fight and protect the workers who can't protect themselves. And at Amazon, they can be very predatory, and people here have lost their lives because they didn't have anybody to speak out for them. And that's the thing that we're going to fix. We have a union now at JFK8, and we're going to, with a union, we're going to get those things in a contract. We're going to get protections for workers. We're going to get a living wage. We're going to get longer breaks. We're going to get more time off, and they're going to treat us, for the first time in this company's 28-year history, they're going to treat us like human beings, not like resources, not like robots. They actually treat the robots better than us. I don't know if you guys know that. And we're going to do it in JFK 8, and in 2 weeks, we're going to do it in LDJ 5, too. Thank you.
This next organizer, he came in, most hated. He came in, night shift, and I seen him call people on his phone and say, yo, you better bring your butt down here and vote for this damn union right now. And they said, okay, we coming. So Most, come on up here, bro.
Yeah. That's a fact, too.
First off, ALU's going all the way, so I don't know why we even having objections.
Yeah, ALU for the
Secondly,
win.
if y'all notice that Amazon's still putting out lies, why? The workers already spoke. This is what they want. Accept it.
Exactly.
Oh, when you get that Lambo, I want to be the first one to drive.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it.
Because 8,000 workers, we want our dues to be $5, right? Do the math. That's 40,000. How are they saying we making 100 million?
Lies.
1 second, y'all make 7,300 off of us to move at seconds pace. We're not robots. I don't have 20 arms. But everybody want to talk about how Amazon this, Amazon that. I literally sat and watched it. They make people sit in a hiring process for more than 2 months, not even caring about how they're going to pay their bills, making promises on things that they say they're going to do that they don't come through on, benefits that they say they're going to give you, they don't do. Managers seeing you as a number instead of a person. They see rate. They don't see Most. They don't see Jason. They don't see Tristan. They see a rate.
That's a fact.
But you saying that you better than other companies? How? Paying us pennies? I might as well go back to go work for DOC, because that's what they doing, paying pennies for mass production. Slavery. For example, I'm a picker. My 10-year-old says, "What are you picking? Cotton?" For the wages, I'm about to say yeah. Because that's what it is. Because we're living in a state that you gotta be 6 figures just to be comfortable.
That's true.
Just to be comfortable. Let alone stay afloat. But he's sitting in space. Looking down like, yeah, I see y'all. Then I've seen that he made a comment, we threaten workers to vote yes. I'm a worker. I ain't threatening myself. I used common sense and saw what it is. And then when I saw it, I told other people about it. Because at the end of the day, who is you to say you can fire me if you woke up out your bed on the bad side? Right. That's how, at the end of the contract, we could terminate without reason. Who are you, God? You can't terminate without reason, because at the end of the day, I have rights. I'm a human being. So until Amazon realizes we are humans, not robots and rates, I'm gonna still fight.
That's right.
Yeah. That's right, though. Hell to the day.
We got 2 more speakers, y'all. But these last 2 are very special to me because I'm just gonna hold up this book that Luigi from Left Voice presented with me today. I'm gonna find this, gotta cycle through. I'm gonna hold this up right here. Right here, this was March 30th, 2020, right across the street at that black fence. And these last 2 speakers was with me, along with Derek Palmer, along with Jordan Flowers, Gerald Bryson, Jason Anthony, who's about to speak. This picture right here was when we was up against the fence talking to media about COVID. While our co-workers was in the building, getting sick, no PPE. Y'all see I'm wearing the same bandana that's on my head was the same bandana that was wrapped around my face that when we didn't have no mask. So every time you see an Amazon worker with the little blue check mask on, just remind them that that's because of what we did on this day. And that's why we here forming this union. And not only forming it, we are already a union. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring up Jason Anthony, who was with me in the building and out the building. The transit guru, y'all.
First of all, I want to thank my brothers and sisters, because a week ago today, we won JFK. And as you guys know, I was inside that room giving the results. And like Chris said, I come a way along. Let's start 2019. Chris came in. He decided to break the norm. March 30th, 2020, the walkout. Again, the norm was broken. April 20th, 2021, the initial date of Amazon labor union. And almost a year fast forward, here we are as the first independent worker-led union formed in New York State and the first one in Amazon. We stand, by the way, in the first and only fulfillment center that Amazon has within New York City limits. 8,000 workers that come from 5 boroughs plus New Jersey. Facing COVID wasn't easy. But Chris, I, and some other people, we fought through COVID and we didn't quit. And if we won JFK a week ago, making history, LGA 5 is next within 2 weeks.
That's right. That's right.
If the movement started with 5 people, then grew to 20, now we have a massive group of workers that gave up their livelihoods to join a revolution movement that started in New York City.
That's right.
And I have something to say to the local media that oftentimes ignores Amazon workers. If you didn't show up last week or didn't show up today, you have a lot of work to do. To all of those elected officials, from the city level to the federal level, we don't want lip service.
That's right.
We want you guys to commit to come to each and every Amazon building that we unionize and talk to workers.
That's right.
We don't buy people. We don't eat people. We are ordinary people like everybody else, but working in a very unique company. So, with this said, I want to pass it along to a brother who was inside along with Chris and myself, who was terminated on his day off. Yes, on his day off.
That's bad.
Single father that he gave the ultimate sacrifice to join us in our fight. I'll let Gerald Bryson do the rest. Come on, Gerald.
How's everybody doing today? Good. Before I even start, I just want to say, like you said, I'm a single father, and although I've been in this process from the get, I'm one of the founders of TCOEWN, ALU. There were a lot of times that I wasn't here, you know, because I got this little guy right here to take care of. And I just want to say to my whole team, thank you all of you, you know, bless you, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Our
for being
sergeant
there.
of arms.
When I couldn't, and I just want to say this doesn't happen without them, you know, without the Maddies and everybody else, you know, it doesn't happen, you know, and I love them all. And I just want you to know, I love you guys, all of you guys. Thank you for everything you've done, and, you know, really, sincerely. As we all know, it's a great day, but I can, you know, soundly say that, you know, like, what is everybody thinking? Like, you know, where do we go from here? ALU, you know, and I can tell you, you know, having worked in that building under Chris, another person under Chris, you know, great boss, and an even greater president and leader. I just wanted to say that before I really get into my story, because, you know, people don't want to admit it. Amazon don't want to admit it. But this man, as a manager, came out and told his workers when they were told not to, that people were sick with COVID.
That's a fact.
That's what happened. You know, he was told in a management meeting, listen, we're going to send people home. When you see they got it, send them home. Don't tell the rest of the workers. You're not cleaning that person's area or nothing. This man right here is a hero, okay? Because we probably have a lot more deaths in that building right now. With that, I'd like to say, you know, about Amazon itself, like you're hearing all the deviltry and trickery, it's all true. I mean, just the basis of what it's founded on is a lie. Jeff Bezos built this out of his garage. God damn it, everybody get your garage filled. Let's all get rich right now. I mean, seriously. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. This is just, and when you're dealing with a foundation that's built on lies, what do you think are gonna come out of it? More lies, more deceit. And that's all we as workers have gotten in there. You know, I know for one thing, it's sure gonna feel damn good for the first worker that gets in trouble, knowing that they got an ALU representative going to that office with them. Come on, because I know I was always going by myself, but I'm a warrior. They didn't know what to do with me. That's why I was fired on my day off. They just couldn't handle that. All right, but unfortunately, not all of us are warriors. Some of us, you know, don't always speak our mind. Some of us are scared. And that's what's basically happening here. You got a bunch of scared people in there. You know, you're told to do something one way, otherwise you're going to lose your job. I mean, and basically that stat system will have you going home every day wondering, will you have a job tomorrow? Will you have a position tomorrow? Because if your stats are low, your ass is out of there after a few days, I can tell you. And not to get deep into the stories or anything, but yes, I was fired on my day off. Let's confirm that. I came out here protesting for COVID safety for everybody. And yes, I was the second person fired after Mr. Smalls right here. The next week over, I had taken a more forward role with Derek Palmer, and that was the result. They sent out somebody to start trouble with me, and they made a case out of that, and then maybe a week later they fired me after their so-called investigation where they talked to me for 2 minutes. You know, I guess they were taking her word from the get. Basically that, if you looked at the transcripts, if you haven't, you know, in the end they had nothing on me, so they basically accused me of calling this, you know, basically, pardon me, but they accused me of calling this little white girl the N-word, and on top of that, also the C-word, okay? So, you know, you can fill those in. Basically, I just say, yeah, I do use the N-word at times amongst my own people, all right? I will never lie and tell you nothing, and it's always in with the A on the end, and it's funny. All right. As far as the C word, I thought that the Italian dudes brung that in. We don't use that word. I'd rather, you know what I mean? Just to be real. Just to be real. I don't see too many brothers using the C word. So basically, I had a video. It's online, and everybody can see that they lied again. So basically, right now, I'm with my 10J in federal court to get me back in the building because basically I'm going to win my case. I mean, whether they say so or not, I'm going to tell you now. They ain't got nothing on me. I didn't use those words to that woman. Yes, I did call her something else, but that's after trying to reason with her, but I taped it. So, you know, everything they said, I said, didn't happen. And she actually made more racial statements in my direction. So they're going to lose this anyway they look at it. They're just prolonging it. When you see Amazon prolonging, they tell you everything's fine. You know, 2 years in the battle. If I didn't have a case, do you think that we'd still be in battle?
That part.
I mean, it's just use common sense, you know. Basically this, man, we got a union, so that shit like that don't happen anymore. So I don't have to worry about on my day off being prosecuted for being, I respected them by doing it on my day off and still got fired. How do you do that? All right? So with that being said, moving right along, this union is needed. ALU is needed. What's the next step from here? The next step from here is to clean up all that bullshit in there. First of all, there shouldn't be somebody going in to get trained for picker, counter, and stower. You know what I'm saying? Those are 3 different positions. Somewhere along the line after I was in there, where they were all single positions, somebody got clever and made it so you had to train for all 3 of them and not get extra pay, nothing. So things like that, there are a lot of faults with Amazon. Whether they want to say so, there's just a lot to go through right here. We'll be here all day for the rest. We'll be here till tonight. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to say we are going to clean it up. You know, thanks to everybody. Thanks to those people in the building for voting us in. You know, we got a lot of work ahead of us. We know this. And for all those experts, you know, oh, they'll never win. They don't know what they're doing. Well, here we are.
Yeah. That's right.
Here we are. I watched every newscast. Oh, these guys, nobody expects that. Well, you know what? How did we do it? How did we do it? You really want to know how we did it? I'll tell you right now how we did it. We didn't go out and get expert. We went out and found crazy motherfuckers just like us that ain't scared of nothing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't scared of them cats in there. You know, that's all it is. And there's a lot of people out here that just is tired and ain't scared no more. Sometimes you get sick and tired of being bullied and you go out and you beat the bully up. All right, so that's basically what it is right here. We got people here. We got a fine family right here that just had enough, man. Everybody has their own personal story in there, and it's all a horror show. And that's just it. Even if you didn't individually, you know, feel it, you saw the guy next to you get it. You know? The machines rule in there, and that's the way it is. Like my man that was up here before, Mo said, he did have it characterized right. Mo said he said it is a slave system in there, okay? It is like being on a cotton farm, all right? Just think about it. You're picking cotton, then you're counting cotton, then you're stowing cotton, all right? And basically what he said to you is just about right. This is modern day slavery at its best. This system right here has never been seen before by so-called experts. So they didn't know what the hell they were talking about, and we knew that it was something different. We knew this was a different type of dragon. This wasn't the regular dragon that just breathes fire. This cat got laser beams coming out of his eyes and everything else. So that's how we dealt with it. We attacked it just like that.
That's right.
And that's what makes the difference. Who said that you have to follow a union book or rules and regulations to get a union? Burn that shit away. You know, throw that shit out, burn it. All right? Because this is a new day. And with new times come new things. Just like when they first started unions back then. The reason we have all these problems is, you know, when it kind of simmered down with unions, the corporations took advantage of all the rules and regulations and reformed them and mutilated them to fit them. That's why when we go to the National Labor Relations Board, we can't stand on the same level as that corporation. That's what it was built for us to stand up here with Jeff and say, fuck you. But somebody, you know, somebody messed with the platforms and forums of the people, so people's back down here again. And the corporation is in the people's forum on top. These are all things that have to be changed. Yes. And, you know, we're going to address all these issues as they come up. But the first thing to do is get our behinds in there and straighten out that mess. And when we straighten out that mess and this mess, y'all can catch us all over there in Jersey or wherever else we got to, because as long as there's ALUs, as long as there's Amazons, there'll be ALU. ALU! 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 Thank you.
Sergeant. And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
One more time, we don't get it,
shut it down.
I always wanted to do this one. And I hope y'all repeat after me, because guess what? We get to fight for a contract now.
That's right.
We get to fight for a contract now, right? Billionaires, they gotta go.
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 Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Tax Jeff Bezos.
Tax Jeff Bezos.
Tax Jeff Bezos.
Tax Jeff Bezos.
Hold on. It's another one I want to do today. I was thinking about a couple chants today. I was like, you know what? I'm voting yes too. I'm voting yes too.
I'm voting yes too.
I'm voting yes too. I'm voting yes too.
I'm voting yes too.
I'm with the ALU.
I'm with the ALU.
I'm voting yes too.
I'm voting yes too.
I'm with the ALU.
I'm with the ALU.
Jeff Bezos, who the fuck is you? One more. One, we are the union.
Two.
Hold on. One, we are the union. Two, a little bit louder.
A little bit louder.
Three, we out here fighting for a contract. One, we are the union. Two, a little bit louder.
Three,
we out here fighting for a contract. One, we are the union. Two, a little bit louder.
Three,
we out here fighting for a contract. One, we are the union.
Two, a little bit louder.
Three,
we out here fighting
for a contract.
I like that, right?
Yeah. We got a new one to the arsenal.
A slow start, but we got it.
We'll get it together. We got practice. Don't worry.
That was a dry run.
Another one for y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Fuck 12.
Let me hear you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Fuck 12.
One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Fuck 12.
A little bit louder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Fuck 12.
I love y'all. You know what?
We love you.
So we going. I just want to say I got off the phone today with Bernie Sanders. For the first time. And Bernie Sanders is going to support us. He might even pull up to New York. So I'll put him on Front Street too. Don't you cancel on us, Bernie. We got, I'm going to let y'all know we're going to have some heavy hitters come in to visit us for our next rally. We might have Sarah Nelson. Shout out to Sarah Nelson, I love you. We're going to have the president of the Teamsters, Sean O'Brien, pull up. It's a good one. Who else is coming? I was in D.C. meeting a lot of people yesterday. They wanted to walk me around the hill. I got to walk in the Capitol yet. That was crazy. There's going to be a lot of people coming. You know, I can't think right now. But you know what? I was happy to talk to Senator Sanders. He's going to help us out a lot. So it was great to talk to him for the first time. And so y'all know that we have this cavalry, and they know who's supporting us now. So yeah, they better be afraid, because we are coming. The ALU is coming, and we're not going to stop. Because who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
You damn right. Let's take some questions. Any questions for the ALU? Anybody?
I have a question. With the Associated Press, have the Teamsters said they're going to provide any concrete support to you, any money, any kind of something they promised you?
Sean O'Brien called me and he said, I got 1.3 million people behind me. Whatever that means. That's everything. That's the Teamsters. I got everything. Anything we want, we can get from them. Informal. That's all we need. Office space, whatever.
Say it again. Registering?
Oh yeah, right away. We're going to walk in two bubblegum at the same time. So even though we're in the election mode right now, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be sending out emails, text messages. We're going to have a lot of calls where we want you to get involved. And trust me, we're going to have a membership card right to you, right away.
Jordan.
Warehouses that have contacted you, are they from specific areas in the country? What are their specific grievances?
Yeah, I can tell you all 50 states have contacted us already. And multiple buildings and all of, and even overseas, yeah. Every day. I check my phone right now and go through my DMs. There is multiple. It's the revolution is here. Like what I mean, every building. There's no exaggeration on that. Every single day, workers from different facilities, whether they're fulfillment centers, sortation centers, delivery stations, cross docks, every building that Amazon owns, they done reached out to us. So we're going to help them. I don't know how that looks, but I can tell you that we're going to try. And we're going to do whatever it takes, and that's why we need, we need resources to get the help for these workers because they want to unionize the building. Most of the emails that I get, most of the messages that we get are just straight up the same thing that we live, the grievances, complaints. We don't heard them all. But one that stuck out to me was this young lady from California, San Francisco. She said, you guys lit a fire in me. I want to unionize my building. She put the building code. I was like, damn, I want to fly to San Fran right now and help her. But we're going to have, so for clarity, we're going to have a national call coming up mid-May with all the workers in the country that want to unionize at the same time. That's right.
My name is Sarah Lopeman. I'm here reporting for the Militant newspaper. Currently, I work at a pizza factory, former Walmart worker, where I know a lot of my coworkers have been following this. I just wonder if you could say a few words. I know you all came out to the picket line some of the coal miners had up here in New York. I got to go fly down to Alabama for they had a one-year anniversary rally down there. If you could say a little bit about some of the solidarity you all have offered to other workers fighting around the country.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We stand in solidarity with anybody organizing in the industry. You know, y'all see me at the picket lines, whether it's the coal miners, whether the Colombian students, nurses. We went to Alabama. You know, Starbucks, of course. We done. You know, if we have availability, we have the capacity to be on the picket lines. If it ain't myself, one of us shows up. If not, most of us show up, and we're gonna continue to do so because it's important. So you don't have to worry about that. I can tell you I got emails from Walmart workers too. So maybe we're gonna look out for the WALU, the WALU. We coming. We'll get Walmart too. We get Amazon. We can get anybody, and I can tell you, I got emails from Dollar General, Walmart, Target. We got them all. They all reached out to us, and it's great that they're watching us because we want to get it done for them, and we want to motivate them to organize. And if they need our help, advice, whatever we can offer, we're going to do so. I'm going to go right to left.
Yep, Anthony and Manny from theculture.tv, Global Mail, all the way here from Toronto, Canada.
Thank you. Toronto.
Saw my beautiful sister over here. She had a Starbucks cup in her hand. Is Starbucks up next or what?
No, we ain't gonna step on toes. You know, everybody has their own lane, but it's important that we support one another. You know, we don't need to go get a Starbucks. I thought about that. What I did though, I went to Starbucks that was by the NLRB office. I walked in there and I said, here's the contact for the union. You need to get involved. That's what I did. Right. So, you know, obviously we're grassroots, so we got to get an office space. We're going to have to get some more lawyers, legal representation. So we're going to be interviewing some lawyers to come on board. We're going to expand our staff as far as communications. Negotiators, we're going to add to the team as well. And we're going to get some experienced unions that have experienced lawyers, since they say that we don't have experience and we don't have experience in that realm. But we will have people that have done this type of work with this type of bargaining unit to help us form a contract. The main demands is job security, working conditions, $30 an hour, longer medical, better medical leave options, longer breaks, paid time off, a pension, free college for yourself and children, making everybody a shareholder again, bringing back monthly bonuses for VCP, attendance and productivity, abolish rates, abolish TOT, abolish UPT, abolish write-ups too as well. You gotta see us first. What's up, bro? I'm too young to run for office, but
After the revolution.
I'm not trying to run for office. You know what? You know what? Everybody's asking this question. We'll see. I ain't gonna write it off. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, if y'all put me in that position, y'all better make sure I win, cause I'm a sore loser. I'm gonna be tight.
Do us like ALC.
No. You know what? Just let y'all know though, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all now, this is who I am. So if y'all gonna see me on national TV, y'all want me to run for office or anything, I'm gonna be dressed just like this. So if y'all can accept that, I'm good. That's all I need to know. Any more questions? Thank you.
Give you all the support we can, but right now I work with a law firm, and Anna over here, one of the attorneys, we represent people in workers' comp cases, and some of our lawyer friends are scared of Amazon, you know. We are not scared of them. We will take it as far as we got to take it into the higher court.
Appreciate you.
I'm concerned because I heard mention that you have some deaths from COVID here. Are those families collecting their lifetime benefits that they are entitled to?
No. Hell no. Amazon's a bullshit. We got work to do. No. Yeah, we'll be in touch, man. Appreciate you. We need lawyers that are not afraid too. Yeah, I hear that all the time. They are afraid. It's time to stop being afraid of this damn company. As you can see, we could break them down. Anybody could. So everybody needs to step up.
Amazon said yesterday, that they're trying to contest the election. Of course.
Of course.
Are you worried at all?
No, because y'all watched it. We beat them. Fair and square. And it wasn't even fair.
I want to add
It wasn't even fair because obviously they spent millions of dollars trying to stop us, and we had what, a workers budget? We just had $3 in our account 3 weeks ago. So for them to say that they're disappointed when they told everybody to vote no, they voted yes. What are you disappointed for? You disappointed at the outcome? So if they would have won, they would have been crickets, right? It's ridiculous. $1 trillion company should be ashamed of themselves that the workers want the union and they disappointed. So the NLRB needs to do the right thing and throw that shit away. It's trash.
Oh, Chris, I want to ask.
Hold on.
I just read the objections. They just came out. There's 25 of them.
It's 25 objections that just came out.
Yeah, there's no merit to any of them.
Yeah, you want to go?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Connor.
So we just saw their 25 objections that they made, alleging that the board didn't conduct themselves appropriately during the election, which is not true. The board was very professional, and you know, it's a very large election. There's you know, bound to be hiccups, but as far as every worker I've talked to is concerned, you know, it was a very easy process to go vote. Voter turnout was actually considerably high compared to, you know, other elections, and the fact that we had a very large bargaining unit. They're alleging that the board didn't behave properly when it filed a 10-J injunction to get Gerald his job back, even though he's been out of work for 24 months already, and they should have been doing this 24 months ago.
Shame.
And they're alleging that ALU workers loitered around the polling area, even though we work in that building. We're actually allowed to be on the property. They're alleging that ALU workers, ALU agents, being Amazon workers, threatened other Amazon workers, which I don't see how we could, because we're Amazon workers, and actually the only people threatening anyone during that election were Amazon managers and HR. So
that's right.
It's just a blatant tactic to stall our certification and try to force the workers to lose morale, have them lose faith in the process. But they're just delaying the inevitable. The ALU is too strong to be, pushed back by something like this. It's honestly, shameful the fact that they're trying to interfere with their own workers' democratic choice, which they claim to respect. Amazon claims that they're striving to be Earth's best employer. This doesn't seem like behavior that you would see from Earth's best employer. But I mean, at the end of the day, these objections will be, they're not going to be taken seriously. The board is going to investigate them, throw them out, and then we're going to have our union be certified.
That's right. That's right. And look, for clarity, it's so crazy because Amazon proposed 3 proposals to me and the lawyer when it was come time to vote. We had 3 options: to vote at the recruiting office, which is
battery's about to die, and I think they're wrapping up anyway. But this was fire. This was absolute fire. I'm proud that we covered this from day one. We covered this from day one when none of these media folks were out here. We were here a year ago. And we'll continue to cover it because they got another election coming up. Also, support this on-the-ground reporting. StatusCoup.com/join. Become a member for $5 to $10 a month. It's the only way we could keep covering this on-the-ground stuff. It costs money to cover and do real reporting all over the country. Secondly, if you're not signed up to our text list, make sure you sign up to our text message list, because if you haven't notified, YouTube's not notifying you. Maybe they're notifying people 20% of the time when we're live. Kind of hard to grow if people can't see you when we're live. StatusCoup.com/text. And boom. Boom, boom, boom. Head over to StatusCoup.com/store so you could rock the goods. United Corporations of America, I'm proud to wear it, and you could get it too, right in time for the weather to heat up. United Corporations of America. Thanks for watching. Oh, Tommy Bayless, old friend. Give a shout out. I got it.
All right. You got to do it this way, though. I know. I'm telling you.
Battery's gonna die.
It's okay. What's happening? This is Ty. So it looks like we're going to have the what Jordan calls the dark hours when I'm gonna start doing the hour live. No, I'm just saying. But what's happening? I'm here. I'm back.
Yeah, I heard. I did not call for a dark hour. I did not call for a dark hour. All right, we'll see you guys. Videos will be going up all weekend. Again, join us, StatusCoup.com/join. Peace out.